Hey, this is going to be a twin flame video. I was woken up out of a dead sleep with um, the song I Need You by Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, like continuously playing on a loop in my head. There's a little bit of a um, channel message here for the divine feminine from the divine masculine, and this came through very clearly. The masculine, embrace yourself, trigger warning. The masculine is thinking about running again. Okay. I don't know whether they will. I don't know whether they, are going to. It is a thought that is on this person's mind. They are in a tough position with the situation. They are currently viewing the feminine as their twin flame. Now, again, I don't know if this person would I don't know if this person would even know what a twin flame is or even describe it as a twin flame relationship, but they are viewing it as such. Okay, they are seeing the feminine for what they are and the place that they hold in this person's life. For some reason, this masculine is in some sort of tough predicament, decision, like I just heard this, almost said decision. There could be a decision here or something like this person has to make, but there's a predicament, and the weight of it for some reason is making the masculine want to run. Okay, so I just heard inconsistency. This could be a thing that is coming up for the feminine right now. This is a thing that could be happening right now. Inconsistency. This could start happening relatively quickly anyways. All right, I'm going to do a reading though. With that being said, yeah, it's really weird. I did have a dream, but I'm not gonna tell the dream because it involves something in my personal life, and I don't think the message was particularly intended for me, though. So, anyways. Tell me what I need to know about twin flame. Tell me what I need to know about twin flame. Sun card. Okay. So again, there is a happiness ahead. I do see that. There's something that's bubbling up on the inside for this masculine, and this has something to do with childhood. I don't know what kind of childhood this person had, but there seems to be, okay, I have the King of Swords in the reverse, and I have the Two of Cups in the reverse. This person could have dealt with divorced parents. This person could have particularly had some sort of situation go on with the father, the masculine in this person's life. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but I'm getting father here. This person could have been abusive. If they weren't abusive, this person could have just been very cold towards the masculine, and this could have in some way affected the masculine emotionally. Okay, I have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. This could have been some sort of cheating situation or something like that. The father could have been like a promiscuous person, could have been going out, and again, this doesn't have to be the father, this could be the mother, but either way, this person could have dealt with somebody, a parent who was, jumped from person to person to person to person or something like that, or cheated a lot, or something to that effect. And this has affected the way that this masculine views relationships and views attachments, views security. This masculine could have been in relationships that weren't that deep on purpose. I'm getting that. This masculine probably was in relationships that were not that deep on purpose. Okay. Give me some more on this. What is this Sun card? Tell me what the Sun card is. Three of Pentacles. So this person, again, this is something that I feel like the masculine wants to divulge to the feminine in some way. I don't know how direct they would be about this conversation, but they may go in a roundabout way with the feminine, kind of describing these fears or something like that. But this is fear. This is fear. I don't know why with the Three of Pentacles I'm like getting marriage or something like that. This is how seriously the masculine feels towards the feminine. Okay, this person thinks about marriage. However, there's a lot of unknown and there's a lot of darkness from this person's past they need to unpack. Okay, they know that. They know that. They're getting that. This person could be married. This could be a situation where the masculine is in another marriage relationship or something like that. But I'm really getting that this is a conversation that they would like to have with the feminine. This person could have had this masculine. They could have had promiscuity issues on their own. This was somebody who could have been led a promiscuous lifestyle or is leading a promiscuous lifestyle. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Inconsistency. This person had inconsistency in their childhood. Okay, they may have felt like some of their siblings got more attention than they did. They may have done things as a child that like may have thrown fits or done certain things to seek this attention, especially from the masculine figure. And this could have led to some of their behavior as an adult. They may be an attention seeker. They may be somebody who constantly needs to do things for approval from people on the outside. I have the Hermit card here, Virgo energy. This person is going within though, okay? This person is going within. I have the Ace of Swords here. They're receiving clarity here, and they want to give clarity to the feminine. They do. There is some conversation coming with this masculine, and it is because this masculine is thinking about running. I don't know whether they will or not. Like I said, Ten of Pentacles, there is big family issues with this masculine. Big family issues that this person is addressing. It's coming up very heavy for them. I have the Nine of Pentacles here in the reverse, and then I have the Devil card here in the reverse, Capricorn energy, and then I have the Nine of Swords here in reverse. So there is something about codependency here for this person. They're in codependent relationships. They're in relationships where they're like seeking validation from the other person, or there's a real stress and a real fear here about independence for this person. And so this person may be, getting a lot of third party energy here. I'm not going to lie. This person could be like in a relationship where they want to stay in the relationship because although it's okay, sometimes toxic relationships are comfortable, and it's not because they aren't bad. It's because the alternative would be this person living with themselves, and that's something that this masculine doesn't want to do. I mean, they're asking themselves why, though. They're asking themselves why. This is something this person stays up late at night wondering to themselves. They're wondering why they're like this. They're wondering why they've done these things. They're wondering why they want to stay in this relationship. They're asking themselves that question. They are. Okay. Seven of Swords, and the Lover's card. And then I have the Two of Swords in the reverse. So, Four of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like this person is wanting to sneak their way out and hold on to whatever this is that this person's holding on to. And I don't. Two of Swords in the reverse, it's like they're trying so deeply to, like, they're in a position where they're going within because they're asking themselves these questions. However, like, it's like they don't like the answers to it, or they can't find the answers to it. But these are some heavy daddy issues, and daddy issues don't only apply to females either, by the way. This masculine, whatever they are, feminine, or a woman, a man, whatever, this is somebody who's they're struggling with that. They're struggling with attachment. They're struggling with, loving deeply, which they do. This Lover's card here, like I said, this masculine feels this connection. They know the feminine to be their twin flame. They absolutely do. But being near the twin flame, being near the feminine, triggers these things inside this person, because the feminine is somebody who, when they look in this feminine's eyes, there's all this bullshit that goes on in the eyes of somebody else, in a situation somewhere else. It's not there. And for some reason, the feminine pierces straight right down to the core of this masculine, and it's like they can't, it's fun sometimes for the masculine to be with this feminine, but then other times it's triggering. It's very, very, very triggering, and this masculine is very, very triggered right now. Okay? I have the King of Cups here, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This masculine is, they have very, very, very deep feelings. Okay? Queen of Cups. Again, this is divine counterparts. This is twin flame. Ten of Swords in the reverse. They do not want this situation to come to an end. Death card in the reverse. They don't want it to come to an end. We have the Eight of Pentacles here. They do want to put in the work. They do want to do the inner work. Okay, I think that's the message here. It's not too terribly long of a message, but this is just where the masculine's at. Yeah. They're at a fork in the road, is where they're at. I'm surprised I didn't see the Judgment card come out. They're in a fork in the road. They don't know what to do. They may be seeking advice from people around them. They may be, but that's just, anyways, that's where they're at. I don't know what Tim McGraw's zodiac sign, or is Faith Hill. I don't know their zodiac signs or anything like that. You may look that up, look up the lyrics, whatever, however that resonates. But anyways, that's what I have. Thanks for watching.